Ever given your all to someone only to receive ungratefulness in return? Let's delve into the psychology of such individuals, often referred to as the Ingrates. These are people who, regardless of how much you do for them, seem to never be satisfied. Intriguingly, psychology suggests a correlation between ingratitude and low self-esteem. This lack of self-worth can often manifest as an inability to appreciate the efforts of others. Now, this doesn't mean you should stop being kind. Rather, it's a call to action for setting boundaries. It's vital to recognize when your kindness is being abused and when you're dealing with an ingrate. The key is to understand the signs and not allow your goodwill to be exploited. Remember, it's not about withholding kindness, it's about preserving self-respect and ensuring your efforts are valued. So keep this in mind. Remember, your kindness should never be taken for granted. Ever felt like you're pushing a boulder uphill when helping someone? Well, you might be dealing with a classic case of the lazy. Laziness, as odd as it might sound, can stem from an evolutionary strategy to conserve energy. Our ancestors needed to save energy for survival, and while we've evolved, some of us have held on to this trait a bit too tightly. But how do you spot a chronic lazy person? Well, they've made an art form out of making excuses and perfecting the craft of procrastination. If you're constantly hearing reasons why something can't be done or plans are perpetually put off for another day, you're likely in the company of the lazy. Remember, it's one thing to lend a helping hand, but it's another to become the hand that's constantly pulling someone else's weight. Helping others should not feel like an uphill battle. Ever met someone who avoids commitments like the plague? Yeah, we're talking about the irresponsible individuals who have a knack for dodging responsibility and shifting blame. These folks can make you feel like you're spinning in a frustrating cycle, where you're constantly trying to help, but no progress is ever made. They are masters of the blame game, often pointing fingers at others for their failures, rather than owning up to their mistakes. But here's the thing. This kind of behavior can be self-perpetuating, and by helping them, we might just be enabling their irresponsibility. So what can we do? Encouraging self-reflection is a good start. It's about fostering a sense of responsibility and accountability, letting them understand that their actions, or lack thereof, have consequences. It's not about being harsh, but about helping them grow. Helping others should not be a frustrating cycle of blame and irresponsibility. Ever felt used and exploited in the name of help? Let's turn our attention to the fourth category of people we should be cautious about helping: the manipulators. These are individuals who have mastered the art of exploiting others' goodwill for their own interests without any intention of reciprocation. Manipulators often exhibit traits associated with narcissism and Machiavellianism. They are skilled at manipulating emotions, twisting situations to their advantage, and using guilt as a weapon to get what they want. The danger lies in their ability to appear genuine and caring, making it easy to fall into their trap. So, how do we protect ourselves? By developing awareness and setting firm boundaries. Recognize the signs of manipulation and stand your ground. Remember, it's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your well-being. Helping others should not leave you feeling used and exploited. Remember this as we navigate through the complex landscape of human relationships. Ever met someone who finds flaws in everything you do? Let's delve into the minds of the perpetual critics. These are the people who always seem to have a critique up their sleeve, rarely missing an opportunity to point out what's wrong. Often this constant criticism is rooted in their own insecurities or a need to exert control. It's as if they're projecting their inner turmoil onto the world around them. Yet it's crucial to remember that their words reflect more about them than about you. Maintaining a balanced perspective is key. Don't let their criticisms cloud your self-perception. Also, it's important to set clear boundaries. Politely but firmly, let them know that constant criticism is not constructive or welcome. After all, helping others should not be about constantly defending yourself against a barrage of critiques. Remember, helping others should not be a constant battle against criticism. Ever felt drained after dealing with someone's inflated ego? Well, you've likely encountered a narcissist. These individuals carry an excessively high sense of self-importance, often coupled with a stark lack of empathy for others. They believe they're superior and crave constant admiration, making interactions with them a tiring dance around their ego. But here's the key to dealing with narcissists: setting clear boundaries. It's essential to protect your own emotional health. Narcissists tend to disregard the feelings and needs of others. so you must be firm in defining your own limits. Furthermore, consider selectively validating their positive behavior. This approach can encourage healthier interactions without fueling their grandiosity. Remember, discerning the difference between healthy confidence and narcissism is crucial. Confidence is self-assured, respectful, and embracing of others' successes. Narcissism, in contrast, is self-obsessed, dismissive, and envious. Helping others should not be a draining battle of egos. Ensure your kindness is not exploited, and remember, everyone deserves respect, including you. Ever felt cheated by someone's empty promises in return for your help? Welcome to the world of the opportunists. These individuals have a knack for making the most of situations, often at the expense of others. They're smooth talkers, masters of flattery and vague promises, all designed to manipulate you into helping them while offering nothing in return. Opportunists are like chameleons, blending into the background, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They thrive on the goodwill of others, exploiting it to their advantage. But how can you deal with such individuals? The answer lies in setting clear expectations and fostering a culture of reciprocity. Don't let yourself be swayed by empty words and flattery. Set clear boundaries and expectations right from the beginning. Don't be afraid to ask for something in return. Remember, a healthy relationship thrives on give and take, not just take. Helping others should not leave you feeling cheated. So be vigilant, be wise, and don't fall prey to the opportunists. Ever been the target of someone's resentment for your success? We all know someone like this, don't we? Those who are envious. They resent others' achievements and often project their insecurities onto them. It's like they're stuck in a constant state of comparison, always measuring their worth against others. Now, envy isn't just about wanting what someone else has. It's a corrosive emotion, one that can eat away at relationships and, ironically, hinder the very success they crave. It's important to recognize these traits and take steps to protect yourself. One way to do this is through selective sharing. You don't have to broadcast every triumph. Reserve those moments for people who genuinely celebrate your success. Another strategy is maintaining what we call an oyster mindset. Like an oyster, use the sand of envy to create your own pearl of success. Remember, helping others should not be a source of resentment and envy. Let's turn envy into motivation instead. So, who should you avoid helping? Let's summarize what we've learned in the past few minutes. We've delved into the depths of human psychology to understand 8 distinct types of people that we'd be better off not extending our help towards. First, we have the ingrates. They are those who, no matter how much you offer, never seem to be satisfied. Often, this ingratitude is rooted in low self-esteem. It's crucial to set boundaries with these individuals and recognize when our kindness is being taken for granted. Second, we've discussed the lazy. These folks are masters of avoidance and have a knack for coming up with excuses. Laziness might be an evolutionary strategy to conserve energy, but that doesn't mean we should enable it. Spotting their constant procrastination and excuses is key to identifying them. Third, there are the irresponsible. They shy away from commitments and often point fingers at others for their own failures. Aiding them can lead to a frustrating cycle where no real progress is made. Encouraging them to self-reflect and take responsibility is vital. Next, we have the manipulators. They exploit others' goodwill for their own gain and seldom reciprocate. Many manipulators have narcissistic and Machiavellian traits, so developing awareness and setting firm boundaries is a must to protect ourselves. Fifth on our list are the perpetual critics. They find flaws in everything and everyone, often to exert control or project their insecurities. It's important to maintain a balanced perspective and set clear boundaries to lessen their impact. Then comes the narcissists, with their inflated sense of self-importance and lack of empathy. Interacting with them requires setting clear boundaries and selectively validating positive behavior. Next up are the opportunists, who exploit others' generosity without offering anything in return. They often manipulate through flattery and vague promises. Setting clear expectations and fostering reciprocity can help manage these relationships. Finally, we have the envious. They resent others' successes and often project their insecurities. Recognizing this behavior and maintaining an oyster mindset can turn their envy into your motivation. Remember, your help is valuable. Make sure it's appreciated, not exploited.